Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. It's wonderful to have you all here this afternoon. What a day. Welcome to the real world now. And now we're going to focus on businesses. We're going to have great discussion. It's going to be real, respectful. We're here on time. We are in a suit and tie. We're not from the land of Nod or wherever it's from. We're here to help people. So let's continue on that vein. Welcome everybody to the show. Lovely to have you all here. Thank you so much indeed. Let's make a start. So let's start by looking at our portfolio. This is my position. As you know, I've never shorted a stock or done options in my life. And hello, Ben. Yes, this is live. Welcome to the show. And here's my balance, $90,293. I started with $5,000 just coming up to 3 years ago. Never shorted a stock, never done options at all. And there we go. Let's go through all the positions this afternoon. And just full disclosure, if you are new, I know we're going to have lots of new people this afternoon. I am 100% in. I have $28,000 of margin. I have no money in the bank whatsoever. This is my bank account. As you can see, 99.9% is in the S&P. As you can see, look at that. 100% of my money is in the S&P. I do that so you know this is real, genuine, honest, not here to pump and dump stock, not here to tell lies, make up stories, act a goat, act the fool, look like a bloody idiot. We're here to help people, and that's what this channel is all about. So welcome to all of you. So there we go. That's my full disclosure. I wanted to say that because I know we're going to have lots of new people in this afternoon. All right. Let's now go through all our positions, all the positions that we cover for you. As you can see, the overall portfolio is up today. Virgin Galactic is also up 2.2. It's been a bit dragged into the meme story at the moment. Palantir down. Gold is down today. The S&P is up. Amazon is up 0.1. Apple is up 0.75. NextEra Energy is down today. Enphase Energy down today 7.1. That's because people are now expecting interest rates to be further out. I still believe they'll come down in the summer. I've said it now for 2 years. I'm not going to keep changing my mind every 5 minutes, every time a different opinion comes out and makes no sense at all. The facts are the facts. The numbers are the numbers. It's people that make up stories. Coca-Cola is down today. J&J, a $200 stock, a great business, up today 0.76. Kenvue is down 0.97. Just excuse me a second. I'm just going to adjust my audio. Okay, that's a bit better. Fantastic. Thank you. Now we've got Chevron is up today 0.58. Tesla down today 0.42. It's only worth $110. It's overpriced. Rivian is down 2%. Thank you, Victor, for your subscription. McDonald's down 1.6. Google's having a bit of a sell-off as well today. It's very expensive. Microsoft up 0.07. Nvidia down 0.19. Walmart, a staple here, down 1.72. Tilray Brands, good value now at this price. Robinhood down 2.81. No surprise there. A lot of backlash today caused by a certain YouTuber, which is putting bad light on Robinhood. No reason. It's a great business. Good opportunity to buy. IonQ up 0.83. Rocket Lab up 1.6. Plug Power is down today 3%. Good value now under $3. Once again, the Russian oligarchs consistently manipulate the stock. Funware is down 4.62. Faraday Future got dragged into the meme craze today. It's not worth anything at all. It's going to go bankrupt. It's going to go to zero. There's no doubt about it. You've only got to read the balance sheet and look at the profit and loss, and you'll see it's going to zero. There's no value whatsoever. The CEO keeps making videos that aren't real, a lot of manipulation and completely falsifying information. Rio Tinto is down today. Bitcoin today, no surprise, Bitcoin's down today when solid businesses are up. A lot of people are waking up realizing that what we witnessed this morning on YouTube is making people look at investing in a different light. And I'm glad to see that people are finally waking up today. I did my best to bring that information to everybody. Polygon down 9.26, XRP down 7%, a big drop today in the crypto world. GameStop, as you can see, it's gone down 40%. It's making a lot of news right now, going down 40%. That's going down to zero as well. FFIE, the two are dragged together. But there you go. All of that is worthless. Let's read all the comments here. Let's come back to the main chart there. Ben, is this live? Absolutely live. We are live 12 hours a day. We're always here. We have this channel and the extra channel. 98% of our viewers are members, higher than any other channel on YouTube. Higher than Mr. Beast, higher than anyone. And our like rate as well is 98%, unlike a YouTuber this morning who was 11% likes. And you all know I'm talking about. Plug, comment please. Plug. Plug is good value, but you have to remember there's a lot of manipulation with Plug, sadly. It's a great business. It's a great business. It's the world leader in hydrogen power. However, as we know from experience, it is full of manipulation. I've had Russian oligarchs contact me on the show, try to manipulate my views. I've seen the geography of all my views coming from Russia. They've sponsored my videos, so they'll trend. They invite me into groups on Facebook because they want me to talk up the stock. However, when I say the stock isn't doing well, they don't like it, and they want me to say only one thing. And when I found out they were Russian oligarchs and they were trying to manipulate the stock, I said, I want nothing to do with this at all. So be very careful. Plug is a good business, but like I've said repeatedly, many times, I've said that Plug Power won't do good until the next quarter. Everybody exaggerated and said it was great ahead of time. No, you have to wait. It was one more quarter. They had the hydrogen shortages. They had the overbuying, the overselling, all of that stuff, the debt crisis they faced, all of that. But anything under 290, where it is now, is a good value. All right. Don't be too excited by the price of the share, because it all comes down to how many shares there are. A lot of people get excited about stocks that are penny stocks because they sound cheap, but they haven't done the maths to work out how many shares there are to make up the market cap. It's the market cap you should be looking at. When you're going to buy a business, you don't look at the price. What you do is you scroll down and you look at the market cap. And the market cap of this stock at the moment is 2.23 billion. Then you look at the balance sheet and see how much money it earns and see, is it worth 2.2 billion. Because remember, the stock price reflects the business. So if you're buying the business and you don't buy a share of anything unless you feel comfortable in owning it for 10 years, that's the way I look at it. I buy businesses, not share prices. So before you buy Plug, is it worth 2.2 billion? Well, it isn't today. No, it isn't. Because it doesn't earn that much money and it has lots of debt. Can it be worth 2.2 billion in 5 years? Because if you're going to buy the shares, can you hold them for 5 years? Is the business going to remain solvent? Is it then going to return a profit to make your investment an investment? Or are you merely gambling because it sounds cool and it sounds cheap? It's not cheap. This is too expensive for this business. So just bear that in mind. Congratulations on the 90,000. Thank you so much indeed. And it's staying there as well, which is nice. Particularly today. Today's been very, very confusing. The markets are saying some very strange things today. This morning, the jobs figures came in hot and the markets didn't like it. They reacted downward. But again, it was very immature and very silly, because when you start dissecting the numbers and looking deeper than just the headlines that was presented on CNBC and Bloomberg, when you start looking beneath the figures, actually it wasn't as bad as we thought, hence why it came back. But this morning, there was a big sell-off, an overreaction. And bearing in mind, it's the Friday sell-off, and we are in the power hour, and we're up. It just shows you that actually it wasn't as bad as people first anticipated, but they like to be first and get the news out, even though it was an overreaction. The other thing to consider as well is, because the jobs came in hot, all of a sudden, all those extremely high-paid analysts on Bloomberg and CNBC jumped straight out of the opinion that we would not suddenly get rates in July. I have been saying for 2 years we'll get rate cuts in the summer, and I stand by that. They keep going in and out and in and out. Will we? Won't we? Will we? Won't we? And yesterday, when I said rates are imminently to come down, they announced that all of a sudden people started saying, I think we might have rate cuts in July. And now they're saying, no rate cuts in July after the figures today, and now we're back to September again. No one knows what they're bloody talking about. They're just trying to sell TV headlines and all the rest of it. That's not what we do here. That's not what this channel is about. The numbers speak for themselves. The facts speak for themselves. Take the people out of the way, and what you've got is the same situation as we had this morning. Nothing has changed. Hence, the market has come back, and we are good. So, as simple as that, really. Anyway, Vaz, hey up banana heads. How are you, Vaz? GME to the moon. Okay, good luck with that. It's a load of rubbish, so be very, very careful if you're going to buy that. Martin, you sound tired. Everything okay? No, everything's fine, Vaz. I was just very disappointed this morning, very angry that I invested my time, your time, the channel, on listening to a complete and utter madman rambling, abusing his audience. I haven't got time for it. It discredits what I'm trying to do here online with something decent and real. And I was sickened by the amount of people that tuned in to that, including myself and all of you, to watch it. The guy is a complete and utter moron. And, it's disappointing being part of a world like this sometimes, when, I'm trying to help people, and then people like that are literally trying to abuse everybody, and there's no respect, there's no understanding of anything, and I'm just disappointed, Vaz. I'm not tired. I'm just disappointed in stuff like that. Smash the like button. Oh, good to know, says Ben. I like that. I don't know what that means. I like that. Can you rephrase that? Not a member anymore. I didn't get many benefits. Okay, Charles, that's absolutely fine, because you never took advantage of any benefits. That was down to you. You never asked for a review. You never asked for an earnings. You never wanted to celebrate a birthday. You never watched any of the members-only videos. You never joined the Friday night concert. You never asked me for a poll. You never joined in on Discord. You never took the free training that was provided to you by Ed Nevius. You never tried to promote a business. I would have helped you promote a channel or a business. You never took advantage of our fundraising opportunities. The list goes on and on and on, Charles. So thanks for telling me that it's not of any benefit to you, but that's fine. It's a benefit to 98% of our live viewers. You never took advantage of any of the perks. The benefits are great. Thank you, Jay Long. Welcome, Benz. Yes, they are. There are more besides what I just listed there as well. Hey, Vaz, looks like this channel is what I've been looking for, Ben. Well, thank you, Ben. Please understand, though, we are, the purpose of this, I'm not a YouTuber. A YouTuber is somebody who's come on YouTube, adopts the YouTube principles, tries to create thumbnails and videos that people want to watch to get views and earn money. That is not what I do, right? I made my life as the world piano man. This is my TV studio. I've toured all around the world. I've had my own Vegas show. I've had my own London West End show. I've been named as the world piano man by Sir Elton John. I performed in the Phantom of the Opera. I've done all of these things in my life. I did this because I couldn't tour anymore because of damage in my spine, and also COVID ended my career. So I decided to build a TV studio the same way as my theatres were. So I wanted to entertain real people, not just behind a camera, because I've met all the audiences that I've entertained around the world. I wanted it to be like that. So that's what this is about. I've been investing all my life. I've had my own businesses, and I'm just here to research great businesses. I interview CEOs. They come on the show. They want to be on my show because they like the way we do things. We've interviewed many, and there's many more to come. We're always live. I make the videos that you see out of the live videos, so they're unedited. I'm not hiding behind editing, and no one edits for me. I do it all myself. This is the extra channel, because we have 3 channels. This one, the extra, and the music channel. This is live 12 hours a day to give you a community that you can talk to, ask questions from. There are no spammers and bots and trolls because it's behind a paywall. We are members only. It's only 99 cents to be a member. It doesn't make me rich. It's not for that reason. It's just to keep the bots out. And that's live 12 hours a day. So if you like the truth, if you like honesty, I've got nothing to prove here. I'm just here to help people. I really enjoy talking to people. And that's what we're all about. So Ben, welcome. We've got members in 62 countries. And 14 languages around the world, and 98% of our viewers are members, higher than any channel in the world. Here's all our flags of all the countries we represent, and there you go. If you become a member, you get many, many perks. Ben's great family here. There you go. Has FSR been hated? Matthew Spry. Could you rephrase that? I don't know what you mean. Hi, Vaz. John, hello. What do you think of GameStop? The worst stock in the world, manipulated by a madman. Honestly, it's rubbish. It made all the main news today. I dedicated a couple of hours to it today. I'll never, ever do it again. Never, ever cover that nonsense again. The guy is a complete and utter madman. He disrespected his audience. He showed up late. I think he was high on drugs or drunk. I don't think he cared. I think the whole thing is an absolute nonsense. We are here as investors. I only own the S&P, but we are here to consistently make profits. There's my balance. No shorts, no options, 5,000 to 90,000. So we're not here to talk about rubbish. If it makes the news, we'll cover it, but we're not going to be giving it airtime, streaming it live like we did last time. As you can see here, GameStop is going to zero, has no value whatsoever. And I hope the guy goes to prison for all the damage he's caused today to people around the world. A lot of people today have been hurt, and a lot of people today who have lost all their money. And I find it repulsive, if I'm honest, that he shares the same air as anybody else. These are the best YouTube TV channels in the world, says Mike. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Absolutely right, says John. Mike, agree, but you forgot the music channel. What's up with the market today? Absolutely nothing at all. What is wrong? With all-time highs, everything is good if you buy great businesses. And of course, the music channel. Agreed, says Jay. Friday. Evening shows, always relax. Wind down, Martin, have a beer, kick your feet up, let your hair down. Oh, wait. Yeah, very funny. Very funny, Vaz. What's your thoughts on Cryoport? Looks like a good value to me. Although I'm aware it's been loss-making, I think you could come back to health. Liam Bibby, I've never heard of it. As a member, I'll give you the membership link. If you become a member, I can actually review the stock for you. I can do earnings for you, cover the latest news for you. There is the link if you wish to become a member. Right now, I know nothing about it. Just curious, how can you constantly be beating the market when you are solely... Oh, that's very easy. That's very, very easy. How can I beat the market? That's very, very easy to explain. I'm glad you've asked that, Grippy. That's a very, very good question. I'm just about always beating the market. So how? Let me share. That's a good question. I'm glad you've asked me. So let me explain that now in detail. Thank you for the question. If you look at the S&P today, the S&P is 0.011. It's down 0.011. I am down today 0.15. So today I am losing against the market. When we were green a few moments ago, which I expect we will be in a moment again, I'll be beating the market. Right now, I'm losing against the market. The reason for that is I step into margin at the right times. We are in a bull market at the moment, so I'm exaggerating my gains and I'm exaggerating my losses. So right now the market is down, so I am down more than the market. But over the last 3 months, you can see I am up, and I'm up nearly double what the market is over the last 3 months, because I come in and out of margin at the right time. If you use margin, it doesn't add the value of the money that you've borrowed to your balance. It just allows you to buy stock with that money. So your balance doesn't change if you use $1 of margin or $1 million of margin. What happens is your stock will go up or down. That's what is reflected in your balance. So if you buy $1 or $1 million worth of stock with margin and it's up, your balance, your percentage is going to be up more than it would if you wasn't in margin, because it doesn't take account of the whole balance. It doesn't add the balance. It's not like when you go to the bank and the bank lends you $5,000, you have now $5,000 to go out and buy a car. What Robinhood does, they don't, or any brokerage, they don't give you $5,000, they give you the stock.
Vaz donated £4.99 through a super chat. I meant that, Martin. Crack open a cold one with us, mate. Thumbs up.
I will. Thank you very, very much, Vaz, for your super chat. That's very, very kind of you. And in the music show tonight, I will get a beer out. Thank you so, so much. That's very, very kind of you. And that beer is on you. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind. So I hope, Grippy, that makes sense. When you're using margin, it exaggerates your gains and your losses. So your percentage is higher. So if the markets are up by 1% and you have doubled 100% margin, in other words, you've got $10,000 of cash all in and $10,000 of margin all in. If the market is up 1%, you'll be up 2% because you double it. But if the market is down 1%, you will be down 2%. It goes both ways. Does that answer your question? So that's why. And I step in and out of margin as I choose to do so. At the moment, I'm in because we are super bullish, and I've got a great, I own great businesses, and I'm not selling them. I'm about to earn $400 just on dividend payments in a week, or in a couple of weeks or so. So does that, Grippy, explain your answer your question? There needs to be a way for everyone watching can be seen on a live Zoom, or so everyone. There needs to be a way for everyone watching can be seen on live Zoom or something, so you can see us. Mike, we can now do that. I'm working on a new feature where every show you can be on Zoom with me and all the audience at the bottom of the screen. So that's something I'm actually working on doing. All right. So anyway, that's a great idea. Good evening, Crag. Crag, hello there. Came across this channel today while researching SMX. I love your analysis. Thank you so much indeed. Where are you from? What country are you from? We have members in 62 countries, 14 languages. If you tell me what country you're from, I'll speak to you in your language. Hi, Stephen. Hi, John. I agree, Mike. I love Martin. Could see us sometimes. Yes. This is something we want to do. We're going to have a way to have everybody on the show with me across the bottom via Zoom. I'm actually working on that now. Going to be quite cool. How do I become a member? You just did. I'll come to you in a second. Crag, Mike, let's have a look. Game dropped report about selling. Yes, they did. They issued shares just as the Madman went live last night, and now it's all collapsed. And I hope he goes to jail and lose all his money. Before I said I was sad for everyone who followed him, but I'm not anymore. If you're stupid enough to follow an idiot like that, then you deserve what you get. You deserve to lose all your money. I've got no sympathy. I used to, and I probably still do, but I'm trying not to care, because if you follow a madman like that, you really do. I think it's, you need to go back to school and learn the basics of anything. After today's show, I think he should be called Yeah, he's an absolute bloody idiot. I don't want to feature him again. Hi, Crag. Hi, Jay. Martin, which ETFs are good? Right, before I carry on with the questions, I need to welcome a new member in. So, this is Benz. Would everyone please welcome Benz? Welcome. Copy and paste. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. What country are you from, Benz? Where are you from? Everyone's going to welcome you in now. Where are you from, Benz? What country? Because it doesn't necessarily be America, We've got members in 62 countries and 14 languages. So it could be anywhere. Anyway, welcome to you. Now, Benz, what do you get as a member? There are so many things in your membership, it would take me half an hour to explain. It's not designed to benefit me and make me rich. It was designed to help you and provide you with the best service I can possibly offer. Okay? So, here is the how and why video. There's no ads on this video. I don't make any money from this video. I want you to watch it so you can find out all of the things that you get as a member. There is your video. Okay, you got that? If you watch that, you will get all the information that you need about your membership. But of course, you can ask me anything live in the chat, and I'll, as a member, if it gets too busy with too many questions, I go members only. Now, Ben, your badge is a green badge right now, and it will turn 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then you get the trophy at 3 years. 2 years, you can enter the VIP club on X, and your benefits will grow in time. Now, you can have a poll. You can ask the audience. You can ask me to review stocks. You can ask me to do earnings reports. And tonight in our music channel, we're having a concert. I'm the World Piano Man. This is our concert tonight. And you can have your first request for free. You don't have to give me a super chat. Your first request is free. Here in the upcoming live stream, this is tonight, in an hour and a half from now. It's on the music channel. If you go to the investor channel where you are now, look, scroll down, you'll find the music channel right there. And I'm live tonight, upcoming live streams, and you'll see the event coming up tonight. You can have your first request, first song on me. All right? Okay. We have, if you look below the video where you are right now, you'll see lots of members-only videos, members-only live streams here. Special videos that only members can see on the homepage of the channel. You can see these. They give you information that non-members never see. Okay? But in that information video, it will tell you all the things that you get. I'm going to give you a few links now that will also help you. The best algorithmic software in the world is what I use. It's called Alpha Spread. And every time I partner with anyone, it's not about what I can get. I'm not trying to do that. It's provide the best service to you. And I've got Alpha Spread, and my members get a free plan of that or a premium plan with that link. And it basically makes my membership for free. There's the music channel. There's my Instagram on Facebook. If you engage with me, I'll engage back and help you grow. Here is the X account. All right. I post my trades and information and things that I'm doing before I do them, so you know. Here's the website, which has got all the links on it, martynlucas.com. Here is the extra channel, where we are live 12 hours a day. And in here, you can be a member of this now. You're invited to become a member of this now for 99 cents. That's all it is. This is the extra channel. And you can see it's members only. Every single person is a member. Down here, you can see. And you can be in here and you can get support and all the rest of it. All right? Okay. There is the extra channel just there. Sensei Crypto is calling in. We got Sensei on the phone, live on the phone. As a member, Ben, you can also call into the show just like this. So let's bring Sensei in. Oh, hello. Oh, there he goes. That was a bit of a mad dash. I think he's all good now. So let's bring him in. There he is. Sensei, how are you this afternoon?
Hello, Martin. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm doing well.
My absolute pleasure. What a day that was.
Absolutely crazy, right?
Oh, have you seen my video I've just put out?
Yeah, no, not yet. I've just come back from a quick
It's becoming our most popular video of all time. I called you know who a bloody idiot. I've never used the word bloody idiot on a thumbnail.
Video, but yeah, I saw the thumbnail. I saw it's performing very well.
I had to look at this. It's become the biggest video. Look, in just 1 hour, nearly 3,000 views.
Wow!
Look at that. What's important is it's becoming our biggest video ever. I mean, ever. I was speechless, absolutely speechless. And did you notice, even though we had 500,000 people tuned in, only 11% had liked it, whereas we get 98% up likes, 11% likes. That's because people were so curious of what this was all about. Let's watch this. And I found it really rude and offensive that he went late 20 minutes. That's okay. I was late this morning. I had a major technical issue, but I didn't have 500,000 people waiting for me, right? And every news outlet in America tuned into it. CNBC, Bloomberg, they were all covering it. And then he just sat there for the first 2 minutes staring into the screen like he was Michael Jackson at Wembley waiting for everyone to scream, move. I remember seeing that, the history concert, when Michael Jackson did that. And he just stared into the screen. I thought the guy was on drugs or he was drunk, or I've never seen anything like it. And we're never going to cover that again. We're not here for this. Anyway, thanks for listening. Yeah. Let me speak to you because I needed to talk about it to someone today. It's
yes, of course. So it's been a crazy day, and thank you for covering it. I think no need to cover it anymore. But the first one, I guess it's important. You know, the CNBCs were watching. I'm sure a lot of hedge funds were watching it. The traders were watching it. So it was a part of history today, and it's not performed well. I mean, it's down 40% today. Absolutely terrible performance.
The reality is, though, Sensei, there are millions of people today affected by this. Yes. Really affected. People have lost a lot. And if you do the history, you do the research, you find out that when we had the housing crisis, 2008, the big short with Michael Burry, there were many thousands of people who took their own lives. Lives were ruined, homes were destroyed, businesses were destroyed But people forget that when you're on a YouTube channel and you've got 500,000 people tuned into you, that real people are being really affected. So it's really quite disgusting. I find the whole thing disgraceful, just abusing your audience. But Sensei, I want to thank you this morning because you covered the show. We had a major problem this morning. I woke up, walked into the studio, and every single device in the audio department, and I've got all these external audio cards and processors, all went into auto update. And nothing was working. Drivers didn't speak to each other. And I thought, you are having a laugh. This is crazy. And obviously you stood in because we have backup on our show, unlike he does. And you stepped in and you covered the show. So thank you so much. You're not normally was you just around the house?
I was around about half the time I sent you a message. I thought let's cover the market open and. Yeah, well, I'd like to thank you for letting me do that. I mean, it's always enjoyable coming on and doing an unexpected show, and we completely understand you're on time 99.9% of the time, much more than me, and I've only got one show, so it's absolutely no problem at all that's happened to you, and I was happy to step in, speak to the audience, get prepared for the day,
Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that. Everybody, Sensei just came on and did that and stood up and took care of the audience. So thank you. Now, Sensei, obviously, I'm all about the fundamentals and entertaining the audience and doing the things that I do. You are all about the technicals, the crypto, the charts, all these wonderful things. Obviously, we can't not touch the subject now. The stock is down 38%. Have you got any, I know you put out a great video this morning, which I would like to invite everyone to go and listen to because you talk about the different levels and the charts in there. But have you got anything now to share with anybody that what they might do now? I mean, do you expect it to come back or is this it?
Yeah, it's difficult to say if it's going to come back or not. Sorry, let me move. These 4-hour red candles are horrific. I mean, one of them is down 35% from the open. The next one's down another 4%, and the 4-hour candle we're in right now is down another 25%. So it's not looking brilliant. I mean, we're trying to hold the upwards trend line. It's looking like we might come back down to $18, but as you know, it's very volatile. We've seen this happen in 2021, up and down all over the place, and more recently we went all the way up to $80, came back to $20. Yesterday we went up to $67, and now we're back down to $28. So it's very, very volatile. And the one thing I always try and make clear is if you're getting involved in this stock, don't get involved for the fundamentals, don't get involved for the charts, get involved if you want to take a gamble, if you have the money to gamble. I mean, you have to have a lot of money out there to then put about 0.01% of your portfolio in this sort of stuff. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Most people lose their money. And I was saying in the video this morning, if you're buying the stock, what's more likely going to happen is the people that are using, the retail investors using margin and buying the stock up, they're the ones that are more likely to get liquidated compared to the hedge funds with their short positions. The hedge funds with the short positions have unlimited amount of cash. Retail holders would get margin called in a heartbeat with these candles, and I think that's what's going on. In terms of its resurgence, maybe if all the retail gets flushed out, and then they might give it another go and try and get it back up to $54. But as we've seen with that live stream, that's what everyone was hoping for. Ever since the tweets of Roaring Kitty, they were hoping for him to come back, and now we've seen him come back, and not much has occurred. So I'm not going to say it's over for GME, and I'm also not going to say we're going to get a short squeeze. It's out there. It's in the middle of no man's land. You might as well go to the casino, to be honest, if you want to try and make some money with this at this point.
Well, I think it's worse than going to the casino, because if you go to the casino, you know the odds are against you. You know the house always wins on average. You know how the system works. It's a very honest thing. It's gambling, but it's very honest. You know exactly what you're facing. With this, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all manipulation. It's complete and utter nonsense. And watching it this morning, I've watched his videos. I did a lot of research into it before I started talking about it, but I've never sat through a live event. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it, and it just it makes me so frustrated that we live in this nonsense. And this morning, another example of manipulation. We had jobs figures come in hot today, and all of a sudden, everything's off the table again. For me, it's not. Nothing's changed. For me, the principles are the same. I still believe in the summer rate cuts, but we had this figure, and everyone, the market sold off, and then they came back. Once people dissected, actually they weren't as bad as they thought they were. Another headline to be the first, Bloomberg, CNBC. Very often these people took absolute nonsense just to be the first to get the information out there. The market dumped and it bought straight back. Best course of action right now, until things settle down, the meme craze goes away and all this ends up in the toilet, which it will eventually. And new policies will come out. New policies will be put in place, I'm sure. And until that settles out, for me anyway, it's a very dangerous place to be trading this market, because you're not. There's no fundamentals anymore at the moment. Everything's just all over the shop. For me, I'm just holding, and when I see significant drops, I buy more of what I like, which is the S&P. But right now, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, we like to say that there's not too much manipulation going on, and buying and holding is good, but I think that is the best course of action in times like this. Buying the dips, holding for the long term, not worrying about the short term, because in the short term, and even in the bigger market caps, there are people at play, whether it's hedge funds or insiders or the markets, that there is corruption and manipulation within the retail and the institutions, and on the short term, they like to get the longs the longs liquidated and the shorts liquidated. But over the long term, you sort of you want to drown out the noise, and eventually you keep making money. So I think the market's even with all the regulations, there's a lot of manipulation, but the only way to get around that manipulation is over the long term. These larger market cap stocks, the S&P 500, the stocks with good fundamentals, always sort of come out on top. And throughout day-to-day trading, there is a lot of manipulation going on, and the way to get through that is buy and hold. And as you always say, sort of time in the market is better than timing the market. Our strategy, I think me and you, obviously a little bit different, but at the same time, we don't buy. We're looking at the markets every day. We don't buy randomly. We don't buy every Monday at 9 a.m. or every month at the beginning of the month at a certain time. We like to get buys in at good buy zones, whether that is when you see a dip or whether that is when you see an area on a chart which has previously been support, and you know that there's market orders there, and just buying at those, DCAing, but in a smart way, I think is always how you eventually make money in the stock market. And yes, some people like to choose some stocks, some lower cap stocks which they've researched, and that's another way to do it. But trying to get rich quick with FFIE, Fisker, GME, AMC, all of these shorter, smaller market cap coins is always the harder way to go. And I think what you preach about hard work, doing your daily job, trying to get some money and DCAing into the markets with the majority of your portfolio in the higher caps, it is the way, at least currently, to be in the markets, and it's been the only thing that's proven over hundreds of years the best way that it works. We know that traders, every time you sign up to any brokerages, they say if you're a day trader, there's different figures, 85%, 90%, 95% of traders, depending on the time of year and the year it is, lose money. So that's all we can do is put in the work and DCA into companies we love, and try not gamble. If you want to gamble, then take it to the casino.
One of the things that I've learned as I toured the world and met lots of successful people. All the millionaires that I've spoken to and the billionaires I've spoken to always have one thing in common. Every single one. Income. All about income. Earning money, whether it's through a job, a business, or whatever it might be, is the, oh, hello, you just did a thumbs up. Is that working for me? No. You've got that thing turned on, haven't you, for an Apple?
Oh, it's not working.
Oh, it's not doing it now. There you go. Very good, that. Do you remember the first day that happened and we had no idea why it happened? It's like, what's going on there? It was an update, wasn't it, on Apple? And we didn't know what it was. I thought it was eCam and it wasn't. Anyway, the thing I found most common is income. People concentrate on earning money and then they invest their money. They don't just make money from money. They put money to work and then money earns money and then money compounds and so on. So you don't have money sitting around, you don't waste it, you don't spend it, you invest it, you make it work. Money is there to earn money. That's what money's for, in my opinion. It's there to work for you, not just to sit in a bank and work for the bank. It's ridiculous. But, you know, it doesn't matter whether you earn $1 an hour or $1 million an hour. Concentrate on earning that $1 an hour and living within your means, and then invest invest as much as you can out of that dollar. That's how you become wealthy. And anyone can get, if they start soon enough, 20s, 30s, can become a millionaire if they focus on themselves, education and work, and invest their money. They can all do it, but sadly, people today want it in 5 minutes. And what we've witnessed today with that nonsense. Just shows you exactly so many people and their millions think that's the way forward, and you know it's a great shame anyway. Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, one thing that to the defense of if he deserves any defense, the way he acted, I can't put myself in his position. If you think about it, yesterday in the after hours, on paper he was a billionaire, and throughout the day he lost hundreds of millions. I don't know, maybe he's sat back at sort of 300 million right now. So I don't know what effect that has on a person, but at the same time, him losing 700 million is basically the same as someone who only has 100,000 losing 80,000 of their or 70,000 of their money. So it's all in perspective, but we need to remember that the guy he has held his shares and he's lost 700 million overnight basically. So I don't know what effect that can have on a person.
Well,
that's also something to do.
You're a very nice person to say that. You're a nicer person than me, because I'm sorry, I can't share that. I can't share that sympathy. At the end of the day, whether you're up, whether you're down, whether you're in, whether you're out, he knew what he was doing. The whole thing is ridiculous. Everybody tried to, as I said in the video this morning, or if you watched it, I did do some studying last couple of days about those images, speak to people that analyze images and the psychology of it, and there was nothing behind it. It was just all rubbish. It wasn't done to try to say a message or like the Illuminati, some special code. It wasn't clever. It was just ridiculous. And, when you've got 500,000 people who are influenced by you, who are following you, and millions of people are, going to lose money because of you, and you show up the way you did, and you're sitting there staring at the screen, whether you're on drugs or you're drunk or whatever you're doing, and have nothing to say. He brought no information whatsoever. I mean, all the costumes and all the silly dressing up, what that was all about. It's literally, the guy's a lunatic. He should be in a lunatic asylum. You're being way too generous and kind. I'm sorry, I've got no time for idiots. If you're, and I also, as an entertainer, have ultimate respect for my viewers, the people that show up, whether that is to, watch you or be entertained by you or get information from you, and you treat your audience like that. I hope he loses all his money. I hope he goes to jail. I don't care less. I think he's a very, very bad person. I don't like him. I think he's horrible. And I feel disgraced to be a human in the same category. We're all human. Bloody hell, let's get rid of that bloody idiot. I mean, horrible. I mean, you're too nice. You're nicer than me, mate.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can completely understand all the views out there, and especially your view. And I commend your view. I think it's a strong view that you've had from the beginning, and you've kept to it, and it shows that you've got integrity. So, and you've basically been right about it the whole time. For me, it's quite difficult. I mean, I've done in 2020, I made a good amount of money with GME, Bitcoin, AMC, BlackBerry, the meme craze. I got involved, and I was one of the fortunate people to actually get out, and take my profits. Yes, I lost a lot of money, but overall, I made money from it. So I do have different perspective from it, but at the end of the day, I can understand that there's lots of people out there today, as you've said, that have
Well,
lost
I
it
mean,
all,
look at
and I don't feel happy making money while other people
no,
are losing.
no. I mean, look at this. Look at this sort of comment here. Look at this. Let me just get rid of someone just come in. It's never a member. It's always some random person. Martyn, you evil. Right? I mean, I don't even know where to start with comments like that. You know, you are rude, Martyn. Even though I don't like Roaring Kitty did what he did, that's horrible to say this. Really? I'll tell you what's horrible, shall I tell you? Right? If you turn on CNBC now, Bloomberg, and I know I've been listening to it all afternoon, and I've been reading and studying all afternoon, everyone is being super polite about what they saw this morning, even though they are more disgusted in it than I am, because they're much more invested. These are big institutions, investors, whatever. They're all being much more polite about it than me, even though they're much more angry than me. You know why? Because they don't want to upset their paying audience. They don't want to alienate themselves. They don't want to go online and say, I think he's a bloody idiot. Because CNBC don't want to lose millions of viewers. I don't care. Honestly. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I'm not going to lie and manipulate and distort the truth because I hope you'll subscribe to me and give me your money. No one is paying to watch this now. It's free. You don't have to be a member. You watch for free. So I don't make any money out of you watching my show. If at most, on a live stream, at most, this live stream today might earn me $1, maybe $2, at the very most. So clearly, I'm not doing it for money. And I'm not doing it to, stay on side with a bunch of people. Because if I do that, then I'm as dishonest as Roaring Kitty is. So if you think I'm being evil because I think what this guy is doing is terrible and I'm saying it, then I'm sorry for you. And this is the one thing that really does upset me more than anything. And I get this a lot. You've seen it in the chat, Sensei. People say things like, what's in it for you? Why would you be like this? I bet you shorten the stock. I bet you're this. I bet you that. It seems today a lot of people cannot believe it's possible that somebody actually wants to do something just to be nice. It's as if it doesn't exist. That idea doesn't seem to exist. There has to be a reason. He has to be shorting the stocks. There has to be. I bet do you remember last week we had the people saying they thought I was in with the hedge funders, and because I wear a suit and a tie, because I respect my audience. I'm just a bloke at home in my house, just like everybody else. All right, I do have friends that are CEOs because I want to mix with good people that are successful to bring you great information. But I'm not a hedge funder. This is all the money I've got in the world. I probably have less money than most people watching my show. I don't know, but to say that I'm evil because I'm telling you the truth and you don't like the fact that GameStop's now going to zero, well, that's your fault. You followed someone that is a complete moron, and you did it out of your own free will.
Yeah.
Sensei, you got any view on that?
No, I mean, I completely agree with everything you said, and that's why, as I say all the time, I love the show and I love what you do, because you say it how it is. You give your opinion, and you never lie to your audience. have I been?
Oh, I've just lost your signal there for a moment.
Sorry. Yeah, you don't. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you don't say anything that you don't mean. You don't want to tell lies to your audience, and I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing, whether that's Roaring Kitty or the other channels or the news outlets. So yeah, I mean, I completely agree with everything you said there, um, about that situation, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't listen, and people don't discover the channel, and people are in their own mindsets, and they keep losing, and they keep losing every time they take a trade. They keep falling for it, and they keep losing, and they don't want to earn money the hard way, and they want to earn
No,
it the easy way.
no. The sad fact is, it's better today that everyone loses their money. Let me tell you what I mean, right? Because if we look at GameStop now, right? I mean, it's just going down the toilet. All right. I mean, I hope it goes to zero. I hope everyone loses their money. And I tell you why. And that's a really strong thing to say. But the more I think about it, I hope you lose your money. And I tell you why I say that. I left home at 16, right, with nothing, and I built a business, and I did my thing, whatever. And I had some bad luck, like everybody. Like everybody. My mum and dad died young. I got divorced, lost my kids, lost my business, went bankrupt once. Had all those things happen to me. Like everybody has them happen to them, right? But when you lose, you learn the value of life. You learn the value of money. You learn lessons. If everybody today had got stupidly rich, and remember, that wouldn't have even happened, because if the stock had gone up to $1,000, let's just pick some stupid number, right? As everyone started to sell, it would crash down right down to zero. So 90% of people would be left holding the bag at $1,000 because it got to $1,000 because everyone bought it to $1,000, right? So let's just remember, if it had gone to some ridiculous high number today, nearly everybody would have lost money. Because Roaring Kitty could have sold his trades like that, and it would have gone to zero in a second. Woof, gone. So everybody else would be going, oh my God, I just bought it at $1,000. Now it's worth zero. So no one was ever going to make any money on this. The majority, I mean. Yes, one or two people, I get it. You made money on it. Many people have made money on it, but the majority didn't. And the trouble is, if, and it's impossible that everybody made money, which they can't, but let's assume everybody made money, everybody would be running around today with this total crazy adrenaline inflated mind thinking, oh my God, that's all you have to do to get rich. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to work, do anything at all. I just follow an idiot on YouTube and I'm rich. First of all, no one would have had any money to pay their taxes because they would have all then bet it again on the next thing. So now everyone's bankrupt, right? And then you now go through life thinking that's how you make money. And I guarantee you next time you'll lose it all and some. So if everyone loses their money today, which they are, they'll learn some bloody valuable lessons. And maybe tomorrow they'll wake up and think, right, I'm not going to follow an idiot on YouTube anymore. I'm now going to do something really good with my life and I'm going to build something. So maybe we have to crash for people to realize what the bloody hell's going on. What do you reckon about that?
Yeah, no, I actually completely agree with that. I mean, an example of that would be basically 2020 during COVID. I think everyone was making money. Everyone was making money with whether it was GME, Tesla, Bitcoin. Basically the whole market, everyone was chucking money into it and making money, and then over the next sort of year or two, a lot of those people that made money lost it quite aggressively as well. So it basically has happened. I mean, that's an example of it before, and it's a shame to think that it's happening again, and instead of just taking it as a risk to reward situation, putting gambling money into it, people actually think that this is their ticket out and they're putting more than they can afford to lose. And it's happened again, and I hope people learn their lesson this time round. Maybe they weren't in the markets in 2020, and this is the time they learn their lesson. But we've seen it time and time again where some stocks skyrocket, people make their money, and as you said, they don't have money for the taxes. and sometimes they don't learn their lesson. But as you've mentioned, if this continues to go down, I think a lot of people will lose money, and maybe it is a lesson to be learned that trying to make money in 5 minutes is not the way to go. And another lesson would be, I'm sure a lot of people have gains. I mean, if the stock was trading at $20 the other day, and now today it was trading at $70. Another lesson they should learn is take your profits, whether it's on GME, whether it's on Tesla. If you're making 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 100%, 200% in a day, take those profits, because we've said it before, the S&P 500 gives you a return of about 15% a year. If you're making 20% in a day, take the profit.
Yeah, I mean, when you say it like that, right, and this is important because we've got a lot of new people in today, it's very important to say this, right? The 500 best companies in the world together, collectively, the S&P 500 will earn you between 13 and 15%, as Sensei said, depending on how you calculate the inflation and the tax and whatever, a year. They're actually businesses, 24 hours a day, selling products and services for you, the owner of that business. I love waking up in the morning and seeing my S&P up. I tell myself in my mind, Coca-Cola sold another 1 million bottles of Coke last night. J&J did lots of hip replacements somewhere in the world, probably over there in India. You know, Microsoft sold some services to Apple, and Apple sold some iPhones. You know, that's how I think of it, because I own the businesses, right? As we all do if you own the shares. And those businesses generate that 10 to 15% income a year. And yet you've got something with no value at all, pumped by a clown on YouTube, and you've made 100% and you don't take the profit. That's 10 years. I mean, are you mental? I mean, honestly, people say, oh, he's strong language, or you're mental. I mean, it needs to be said. And, you just need to be straight with people. And as I say, after it all finished, I went and watched Bloomberg and CNBC and Yahoo, and they were all very well, you can imagine the editors saying, say what you have to say, but we don't want to alienate the audience. A lot of those people watch our channel. We want to make sure we make more money. Don't tell them they're all idiots. I actually put on my thumbnail for the very first time, he's an idiot, a bloody idiot. Technically swearing, right? But I thought that is what I want to say. And even though if you unsubscribe from me and don't become a sod it, I don't care. It's the truth. And I cannot go to bed at night making up crap because it might make me a few more dollars. Because I honestly believe if you keep doing the right thing, you'll come out on top anyway. But been a fascinating day. I've never seen anything like it. In my mind, I knew what sort of character he was, dressing up and larking about. But I actually thought when he had 500,000 people waiting, one, he'd probably go on time. And two, hi guys, great to be back. Address the audience, tell them some facts, tell them what's going on. Be a bit humble, the fact 500,000 people have tuned into you. And I mentioned this earlier, and you actually commented to me, it doesn't make much difference. But I have to say, Sensei, he could have made about $1 million today for charity. If he turned on his YouTube ads 24 hours ago when people were coming in, right? The super chats alone, the super chats he would have earned today. Now, I know you go, well, he was going to become a billionaire. Who cares? He could have done the whole show for charity and raised millions for charity. I don't think that's very smart. I don't think he deserves a round of applause for being a smart bloke. I think he's a bloody idiot. If I'd had 500,000 people in my stream for 24 hours, I tell you what, I would, and it would been, and I was a billionaire. I would have picked our favourite charity. All the money would have gone to them. They would have woken up this morning. We would have built wells and wells and stuff all over Uganda today, Sensei. No problem at all. Why would you do that? Stupid. Anyway, you can bet your ass whenever a TV show goes live, they make sure they capitalize on it and he put some ads in between it when you got 500,000 people watching. He had more people today watching in than watched his Jerome Powell's FOMC report. You believe that? Way bigger.
Wow.
Ed Spitzer donated $4.99 through a super chat. Chart analysis of microcloud hologram dollar holo pretty please.
Oh, Ed Spitzer, have you got a holo? Do you want to bring up holo? Do you want to do
I can
that,
do that.
Sensei?
Yeah, of course.
Why not?
Let's
Oh, hang on. MSK's phoning me in as well. Let me get MSK. This will be interesting. Let me go over to, let me change the screen a minute. Let's go into phone in. We'll go phone in channel. Here we go. Sensei's there. Look, we'll put assign guest 2. There we go. There's MSK in the middle. Sensei, if you come back on camera at some point, he says, how are you, MSK?
Yeah, not too bad. Very interesting day.
To say the least, right?
Yeah. It's a very interesting debate, and I think it's something that we can debate for hours. Martin, I now
Here comes the
I'm in
wisdom,
this.
folks. Here comes the wisdom. I
Yeah,
love the
I'm in this
pause. When
debate.
MSK pauses, you know there's going to be
say
something
something
good coming next.
Yeah,
Always.
I like to be impartial. I like to be impartial.
Clearly,
So
I don't.
yes, that was why I called in, because I don't want this channel to be damaged by emotional, abrupt kind of voice. And I can see Sensei's face, and I can see those expressions. He's thinking, wait a minute, maybe you should tone it down a little bit, perhaps. All I'm saying is this: after watching today's live stream, this could well be an individual with mental health issues that is okay with losing 700+ million dollars in a day and smile about it. So to then
Vaz donated
I personally wouldn't mock
£4.99 through a
that,
super
because
chat. Martin, crack open
I
a
think
cold one.
it's
Let's
upon
all
the people
wind
who are
down.
investing in
He's
what
not
he's
worth our
investing in to
time. I know it
understand,
annoys you,
okay,
but let's have
are
some
we
fun.
investing in something
Heart. It's
tangible,
Friday
or
for
are we
once.
investing in something that's a logically, valid investment? So it's like saying, okay, this person's mentally ill, so he's an idiot. That's not a politically correct thing to do, is it?
I think
It's
he
a
knows exactly
debate.
what he's
It's a
doing.
debate.
This is not.
Yeah,
This is not. Let's remember, he was a
yeah,
licensed stockbroker. When he
yeah,
started the GameStop saga, he knew what he was doing. He took inside information to benefit himself.
yeah.
He belongs in prison.
What if he actually believed whatever came out of his mouth, though? What if he
If
actually
he actually
believed that this
believed what he was saying today.
totally, yeah, I actually believe that this GME was, completely, obviously, oversold, and he believed in this idea of facing against the system. It's all a bubble in his head, a bubble, obviously, that people caught or jumped onto, if you like.
Do you not feel that whatever he thinks, doesn't think, whether he's bonkers, not, whatever, he knew 500,000 people were tuned into him, and he chose
Yep.
to dress up and put bandages on his head and wear a wig and basically
Which
mess
is why
about.
I question his mental health status. Because I totally didn't understand exactly
No,
what the
I
message.
don't. I
I
don't think
I
so.
think there's two ways to look at it. One
Yeah,
is trying to take the simple take and just go, this is the guy that originally started off trying to do some analysis on GME and found out that it was overly shorted and it was worth more, and he wanted to start investing in it, and then he became sort of the leader of the short squeeze community, and after 4 years he's come back, and he might think it's a bit of fun, and again he might think that GME, the same thing's happening, and he wants to bring it to his viewers, um, I guess he definitely does want to make money for himself. Otherwise, he wouldn't put those calls out there and start putting those tweets out. So you can look at it quite simply and just say maybe he wasn't trying to do anything. If you watch the stream, he said not financial advice, don't buy it, don't sell it. I might be wrong. Um, I have respect for the people that do live streams every day. I wouldn't be able to do this by myself every day. So you can look at it plainly and just say maybe it's a guy who's just bringing his thoughts out again and he might have some mental health issues. Or you can look at it and think this guy knew exactly what he was doing. He might just be trying to make money all for himself. He thought that he could push the stock up higher and he can walk away with $1 billion tomorrow. And who really cares? And who really cares if he manipulates everyone and everyone loses and he wins? So it's hard to say. It definitely will have a toll, as I said, losing 300, 400, 500 million dollars in a day, and I can't put myself in his position. But at the end of the day, I somewhat agree with both senses. I think he knew what he was doing from the get-go, from starting it all and hiring someone to start putting tweets out for him. So I don't really sympathize with him, but at the same time, he wouldn't know exactly how the stock would trade either. So I'm in two minds about it all.
Yeah, I think I 100% agree with that. And I mean, I came in to kind of play devil's advocate for, to be honest, because there are two sides to every coin, and it can be very difficult, especially when it involves people's livelihoods. It can be very difficult. And there's no doubt that I'm hearing like gardeners are investing their life in savings on this bet, if you like. And
That's terrible.
that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
there's
another
there's a
thing is that,
fine line. Right, go on, Sensei.
But there's something wrong with society though, that people feel the need to do that. Your life isn't good enough.
Yeah.
You don't have enough. And because of that, you're going to do something absolutely stupid because some clown is telling you to do so. There's something very sad about that. Stacey has just called in as well. Let me add Stacey. We're going to have 4 people for the very first time. We've never had.
I reckon Stacey is going to take a pan to my head for being the devil's advocate here. It's just being the devil's advocate, by the way. It's not my opinions. It's just trying to balance the argument.
Yeah, but like I forget what I was going to say. I forget what I was going to say there, but.
And another thing to consider
You've got to take responsibility for yourself. That's what I wanted to get out. Everybody wants to blame somebody else. Oh, it's Roaring Kitty's fault, blah, blah, blah. No. Everybody in this life has the same opportunities. I don't care who you are. We've all struggled. We've all lost things. We've all had health issues. Everybody. And yet there are people with no legs who do things. People with no arms do things. People who are blind, they're deaf. People who live in Africa are regarded as a third world country. They make it into the Olympics because they had to work harder than everybody else. So don't tell me that you've got it difficult and you need extra support and extra help. Get off your arse and help yourself. And if you're going to use a flipping idiot on YouTube as your advice, then sorry, but you deserve what you bloody well get.
2 things to that. One I would say is I agree that most of the population would have the same sort of can do something. But again, let's say you're a Palestinian right now and you're getting bombed. I don't think you have the same sort of. I don't think there's much you can do in that situation. And the second thing I'd say would be,
I accept that.
Yeah, and the second thing I'd say is if you think about it, there's on CNBC people pay to go on, and at the same time as these sort of, let's say, these hedge funds go on. They're shorting stocks, they're openly shorting stocks, and then they have a 30-minute segment where they're just bashing the stock. They keep saying, oh, it's got this wrong with it, it's got this wrong with it, it's got this wrong with it, just to help their position. So is it that different than Roaring Kitty coming on and saying, not financial advice, but I think it's worth more than it is, especially in the early days of Roaring Kitty when he didn't have this whole persona. Maybe it's just what he's like.
I agree. That's what part of the argument is. Stacey, we haven't ignored you. We are going to come to you in a second. Thank you. No, but I agree. And I've been caught out when I first started investing. I would tune in to Bloomberg and CNBC thinking I'm listening to really smart people now. And I remember when I first learned about Chevron oil, and the guy was going, Chevron oil is great, you should be buying it. And it gave all this information. And I literally sat there on my phone and I bought Chevron oil, and it just spent the next 18 months going down, and it was the worst investment I ever made. In the end, I sold it for a loss. But no, I agree with you. People on TV are pumping and promoting and stuff like that. I get it. That's partly why I'm trying to do this, where I'm clearly not pumping and promoting anything. But is it any different? No, I agree with you. It's no different. Whether you're Roaring Kitty or you're the guy working on CNBC, humans do bad things. But we're talking about Roaring Kitty today. We're not talking about everybody else. This is a wrong thing to do. Other people do bad stuff. But that's like a child, in it, being off to bed, you've been a naughty boy, but Daddy, Billy did it as well. You know what I mean? No, you've done something wrong. You go to bed. I'm talking to you right now. So right now, we're talking about Roy and Kitty, but you're right. People do it all the time. Nancy Pelosi, former, Speaker of the House, he's always doing inside trading. It's all wrong. There's so much wrong about lots of people, but we're focusing on one at a time right now. Stacey, thanks for calling in. How can we help you?
No, I just feel like I need to be the mom and just come in and be like, shut your pie holes. Tired of talking about Roaring Kitty.
Well, I wasn't even going to, I said I'm never going to do it again. And here we are doing it again. People want to talk about it. They want to get it off their chest. They've got opinions. They've got views. And I think on a day like today, it's just the number one thing that everyone's talking about. And thank God it's Friday and we can start on Monday. We're talking about Apple and Microsoft and Google and real businesses. But right now, I guess we're just finishing it up. What do you think? What did you think did you see it when he went live? What did you think about it?
Oh my God.
What was your first reaction?
My first reaction was that he was on drugs or something. That literally he said nothing intelligent. Well, he didn't say anything intelligent at all the whole time, but I mean, nothing that made any sense came out of his mouth for the first 5 minutes.
Do you know what, Stacey?
I don't understand how that many people could sit there and be like, this guy's great, when he had nothing intellectual to say at all.
No.
I don't want to follow a guy. Cool, he's on here cussing and acting like an idiot. Oh my God, how can you even... And then he wants to give not financial advice, but be like, oh, hey, this stock's great. Yeah, I'm going to listen to you. You sound like an idiot. Oh my.
A few people said, and I want to address this on what you just said. A few people said in the chat, Martyn, you're just jealous and envious. Let me just tell you about that, right?
Envious of what?
No, but let me tell you. No, let me tell you. I was a bit jealous and envious. I'm gonna be totally honest, because 500,000 people, I know what I could have done for others and for something positive that he abused. So I get very frustrated about that. You're damn right I do.
Well, there's a difference. Hold on. There's a difference between being frustrated and passionate and being jealous. I don't necessarily think that you were jealous or envious of it. It was just more of probably an empathetic feeling. But you know what? You'll get there. I mean,
I don't know what words it is. I just felt what an insult. The effort I put in every morning to get up early and suited and booted in this studio and prepare everything. And the guy, I don't even know how to turn the camera on. How do I press the buttons? I don't know what I'm doing.
But here's the difference.
500,000 people.
Yeah, but that's 500,000 people out of the United States that are complete. You look at their portfolio and you look at your portfolio, and it's probably not even close. And the difference is going to be that the people that follow you and the people that invest in you, I mean, you have to look at us like long-term investors. He has short-term people. They're going to pop in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And you're going to make a real difference in a lot of people's lives for the long term. And it might take you longer to get there, but that is a more committed base that you want to have. And their kids and their kids' kids, you know, they'll learn from all these things. They're not going to be these popping in and out, in and out, in and out. Broke rich, broke rich, broke rich. Don't know how to manage their money, you know, paycheck to paycheck. So you have to look at it like that. Like, you're building a future here. He's just bouncing. And whether he bounces his ass, all the way to the bank, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. But, you know, you have a long-term commitment going here, and you have ride or dies where he's going to have people that are like in and out, in and out. And they're not going to make money. They're going to make a bunch of money, and then they're going to turn around and lose it. They're the gamblers. They're the, you know, addicts or whatever. They don't know how to save and manage money. The majority. I won't say everybody because that's not fair. But, you know, fine. People that made money off of it, cool. That's great. I'm happy for you. Fine. But don't continue to get pulled into it, you know. And the people that do, those are the people I feel bad for. They don't understand what they're doing. And they need someone like you who maybe that'll come back. Maybe they'll come back to you, you know.
Well,
to add to that, that's exactly you've sort of
hit the nail
put
on
it
the
really
head.
quite eloquently. Hit the nail on the head. And Martyn, what I would say is, people who want to live life as in thinking that they're going to win the lottery by doing these things, they're going to always have that mentality. Maybe a small percentage might shift from that cohort to the cohorts thinking that, okay, we need to think about a long-term, intelligent, logical game. And so when I see you get emotional about someone who's either, you know, mentally challenged or is deliberately doing something that's malicious, uh, I feel like you're almost stooping your level of consciousness to their level and trying to get those people who are actually idiots in the first place, trying to think they're going to be millionaires the next day by following idiocy. Now, not all of them. Some people actually have the capital, and they're like, you know what? Why not? I can, lose. It doesn't matter if I lose a couple of grand today. It's nothing to me. Why not? You know, some people would do that, but there are obviously the problem here is he's appealing to the masses, of which a big cohort are people who are investing their life savings. Now, and I know that's what really gets you pissed off. Just gonna say
You
it,
what?
yeah. That's why you're getting emotionally involved with the situation as well, because you can see that he's doing exactly the opposite to what you're trying to do, which is actually educate people into investing in the right way, giving them the resources to do their own research so they know the business that they're investing in, rather than a complete lottery, if you like. And I get where you're coming from, and it's very difficult to be unemotional when you've been investing your pretty much your life basically for the last few years in doing what you're doing. But
I don't see
it's a
any point
difficult.
doing it if it's not real. You know,
Yeah,
when I was in
yeah.
when I was in one night in Vegas, the makeup artist always tried to put me in makeup. Everyone wears makeup, Martyn, on stage. Everyone. Just wear a base, eyeliner, everyone. No. What do you mean no?
Oh
You're
my
the
God,
only
will you
person.
please do it? Just please do it. It'll be hilarious. It'll be great. Do it tonight for the show.
I never went on any stage in any theatre in the world, anywhere, with any makeup on at all. They went, why wouldn't you do it? You need makeup on. I said, I just feel grubby and dirty and horrible. I don't want to wear makeup. This is how I look. I said, all we need to do is put a gel in my spotlight, which I have in this studio and I have here. It's a straw effect. It gives me a slight golden color, if you like, without wearing makeup. It's real. I just don't want to stand on stage performing when I'm behind a mask. It doesn't make me feel comfortable. And if I'm not comfortable, I don't want to do
Say
it.
hi.
So,
Hi.
Hello there. How you doing? So this show is about being real, and I think why people follow me and why they're hello there. How you doing? Why people join in is because it's real, and we talk and we share different emotions, family around the world, different ideas. Everyone gets a voice, and it's real. And I get emotional. The moment I just sit here like Bloomberg and just go, yeah, whatever. We don't want to say anything because we might upset anybody. Sod that. Just tell it how it is. And if people today, and here's the reality of it, MSK. I've just had a video go out where I call Roaring Kitty a bloody idiot. It's my fastest growing video ever. So the people that don't agree with me are still watching the video. So seem to do all right, being honest, isn't it? For what it's worth.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you can do the analysis, and you've pointed out yourself that anything negative, any negative headline, just get any word, any negative connotations attached to a word that's put into a headline grabs people's attention, and anything that obviously this guy has a mass following, so they find it controversial. Oh my God, who's calling our God an idiot? We need to watch this. That's the mentality, unfortunately, of today's mass consciousness, and so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I didn't do it to get views. I didn't do it to be controversial.
I know.
Because it's what I think.
It was very
so
clear
I said
that
it.
you were emotionally like.
That's it.
How dare this guy? That was all true.
How dare this guy manipulate it? Do what?
Can we just make an agreement, like on Fridays, we don't talk about low vibration stuff?
We talk about what?
No low vibration. No low vibrations
I
on
agree
Friday.
with you. I agree with you.
Low vibrations? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, no low vibrations.
What does that mean?
Oh no! Don't get me into that.
We don't talk about negative stuff on Friday. Yeah, right.
Oh.
See, MSK knows.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The universe is made up of vibrations, Martin.
I've no idea. I've no idea what we're talking about. I often miss the jokes. I see it. I see it in the chat. Jokes that go on, green carpets and all kind of other kinds of things. And I'm thinking, I haven't got a clue what anyone's talking about.
I know, it's so hilarious.
Half the jokes.
It's so hilarious. I mean, me and Mike are like having Arnold banters, and Martin's like,
what's going on?
I ain't got a clue.
Come on, do it. And then Martin's like,
oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. Here's that Welsh accent again.
Yeah, here he is. Arnold Schwarzenegger's turned up again. Bloody hell. Well, folks, it's been a wonderful week. I'm going to end this now because I've got to get ready for my concert in half an hour, and I need a beer.
And your eyeliner. You got to put your eyeliner on.
No, I've got a nice straw lens in my follow spot. Looks fine. And I'm going to do my thing. Well, I tell you what.
Hey, if you come on the music channel with your hat on sideways, eyeliner, and makeup, I'll super chat you $100 on your next show.
Well, there you go.
$100. Hey, Leah, you got any eyeliner? I couldn't resist it. If you're going to give me $100 to wear eyeliner and my hat sideways, I'm doing it.
Super chat. You can't.
That's a lot of money to me.
Those who want to learn would have learned.
You're going to sacrifice your integrity.
Focus on what you have.
That's
You're
true.
the only Martyn Lucas in the world.
I can make $100 another way. That's true. You can't fix everyone. Those that want to learn wouldn't have learned by now. Focus on what you have. You're the only Martyn Lucas in the world. That's what Mark Cuban told me. Mark Cuban, who's a billionaire, he said, Martin, be the best of yourself. You'll always win because no one else can be you. You're completely.
Those are positive vibrations.
Yeah.
Positive vibrations.
Absolutely, and that epitomizes exactly what I said, but just more eloquently than I said it. So whoever super chatted that was great.
Brilliant. Well, on that wonderful note, let's end the show. We're going to go and do some music and sing a few songs, have a few beers.
Yeah. Everybody say bye.
Bye-bye, kids. See you later on.
That's why you do what you do, right there, Martin. That's the future right there.
Are they subscribed to my channel on their YouTube accounts? No.
They don't have YouTube accounts.
How
They're
come?
not
That's
allowed
good.
on They're not allowed on grown up YouTube unless I'm supervising it.
Right.
That's
Well,
sensible.
yeah, that is sensible because they might be influenced by people like me. So be very careful.
Yeah.
Don't let them see me on telly, whatever you do. Right.
I would be more worried about MSK.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when he phones
I
in.
knew
That's
it.
when
I knew
it
that was
all falls
coming.
off a cliff. Yeah.
I'd be worried about getting a panning if I, some a word slipped out that I didn't mean.
Well, I'm going
Oh my
to
God.
wrap up the show. I'm going to get ready for the music
Is that
concert.
even
I'm
a
going to come
word,
back.
panning?
Look
It's a
forward
word
to
now
Monday.
because Stacey's here.
Look forward to Monday, and we'll start again. I want to bye bye. I want to put a big
Just
shout
ignore
out.
her. I'll just ignore her.
I want to put a big shout out to Sensei, who stood in this morning and covered the show again. I know I already said it, but thank you, Sensei, for doing that. That really meant a lot. I really do appreciate it. All right, guys. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks.
Bye.
And thanks, Mike Pan MSK. That's great, isn't it?
Thank you ever so much. There you go. What a great bunch of people there phoning in on the show. Absolutely loved it. And there you go. That's all our friends there just phoning in. Okay, it's time to wrap up the show. What a week that was. The world will never be the same again, right? Of course it will. Tomorrow it'll all be forgotten. But we'll carry on, hopefully doing the right thing. We look forward to having you all back on Monday, of course. Sensei's show on Sunday. So what we're going to do now is how many people have we got in the show at the moment? 51. So what I'm going to do is send you all now to the extra channel so I can prepare the studio for the concert tonight. So let me give you the link for that now. That will take you there. This is the extra channel if you've not seen this before. This is where we're live 12 hours a day. This is where you'll magically arrive in a few moments and you'll be there. Let me... the Virgin flight tomorrow. I forgot all about that, of course. The Virgin flight. So let me check on that. Yes, the Virgin flight. We do have that scheduled for tomorrow. Let's have a little look here. Yes, there it is. So yes, I forgot all about that. Yes, SPCE still happening. Yeah, I forgot all about it. Bloody hell. So we'll be looking out for that. Join me live. I'll get some details tonight and see what we can pick up. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Sorry about that. But yes, indeed. Let me just read the last comments here. 550,000 sheep. Mark, that's Mike at this point. Just let it go. Yes, Jay, I am new here, but somehow agree with Stacey. Absolutely. Ben, you can phone in now as well as a member. Welcome to the family. Oh, by the way, you can access Discord. You can get education now from Ed Nevius. If you want to be upgraded on Discord, let me know and I'll upgrade you. Jason Davis, yes, whatever. Why bash him so hard? CNN does this every day. Carry us like precious mince worms into your beak and feed us the children, Almighty Hollow. Praise him, for he knows what is best for you. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'm a futurist, so don't own GME at all. Yeah, I mean, if you own GameStop, then you're basically trying to commit financial suicide, aren't you? Right. For those of you who don't know what we're going to do now, we're going to go into the extra channel. Here is the link to the extra channel right now. This is where we're going to send you. And then I'm going to be in my music concert tonight. For those who don't know, I'm the World Piano Man. This is the music concert. There it is. Music channel. I will give you the link to it right now if you want to join me for tonight's show. Ben just subscribed to Extra. Oh, Ben's over on Extra now, I believe. Just subscribe to Extra, yes. Here is my music channel. I'll give you the link for it now in the chat. Join me for tonight's concert, which will start in about 25 minutes. Might be a few minutes late because I've been going on doing this conversation. But anyway, That's it from me. Thank you ever so much for joining us. New member with makeup on. Is it going to get me $100? Am I going to get $100 to put eyeliner on and a hat? That's basically all I have to do, right? Wear a hat and eyeliner, and I'm going to get $100 super chat. Apparently. All right. Okay. See you all in a bit. Thank you for joining me. Let me clear the decks. Over there, over there. That's it from me. See you in a few minutes in the extra channel. I'm going to have a word with Leah. See if she's agreement with this. See if I'm going to wear eyeliner, wear a hat sideways, and I'm going to earn $100. Is it worth it? Should I do it? I'll be selling space tonight, going to find a good spot. Most expensive eyeliner on earth. You're the best. All right, let's see what happens. See you back in a minute. As always, take care of yourselves and each other.